Hi, my name is Ellie Sandhouse, and I don't believe in God. Allow me to explain. Belief connotes confidence in someone or something. Saying that I believe in God is like saying that I believe a measuring tape that what it claims to be an inch is in fact an inch. The measuring tape is the arbiter of what is an inch. Saying that I believe in God is saying that I'm confident in God's ability. But God is the one who makes the rules of the game. God is the creator of ability in the first place. Hazinu hashamayim va'adavera. Incline your ear, O heaven, and I will speak. Reb Shamshon Raphael Hirsch explains that Moshe is asking heaven to listen because he has something to say. Incline your ear, O heaven, and I will speak, for I have something to say. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 4 refers to God as a God of faith. The Sifri, a classical and midrashic work of Jewish legal biblical exegesis, explains in paragraph 307 that when we say a God of faith, we mean the God who has faith. I thought that we are the ones who have faith, not God. What does God have faith in? The Sifri explains that God has faith in the universe. Faith requires a leap from the unknown. If God is omniscient, why does God need faith? The cosmos is the most intricate piece of clockwork. Everything works harmoniously, creating one cohesive unit. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Yet, within the cosmos, there remains one variable, one piece of machinery that does not work like clockwork. Humans. If you think about it from a creator's perspective, this is the ultimate act of faith. All of creation is pre-programmed to work together, except for this one little cog in the clockwork that could either connect all the other cogs or destroy all of them. Creating a clock that could decide whether it wants to work, but what if the variable cog decides to ruin the clock? That is the faith that God has in humankind. We can ruin this masterpiece, but God believes we will complete it. As Rabbi Jonathan Sacks put it, human freedom, the result of language and self-consciousness, is the great unknown and unknowable within the otherwise orderly processes of nature mapped by science. But how can we even be certain that humans have free will? Deterministic philosophers ardently argue that we cannot have free will from a scientific standpoint. And I agree. From a scientific standpoint, we cannot have free will, because science is the study of cause and effect, and free will is the act of breaking the chain of cause and effect. To be sure, we do have many external factors which influence our decisions, but they most certainly do not cause our decisions. I will, God willing, discuss the mechanics of free will in a future video, but we must first establish that free will is an axiom upon which all purpose within the cosmos lies. But aside from that, free will is the biggest and only liability in God's master plan. When God created Homo sapiens, what was created was not quantitatively more advanced, but qualitatively. Humans are not just more intelligent primates. We are capable of cognitions that are on a different plane of thinking. Primates think in 3 dimensions, humans think in 5. Why 5? Hopefully I'll discuss that in a future video. But humans have language. Humans have the capability to understand the past, the present, and future tenses. Humans may share many properties with primates, but that's like saying a lump of metal and a car are the same. They may share the same materials, but they are entirely different. Humans can choose between good and evil, between living a life of complacency and living a life of discomfort. So the question that begs to be asked is not, does God exist? But given that God exists, why does man exist? If you were God and you were creating a universe, would you create something knowing that it has the propensity to destroy? That it is predisposed to war over peace, corruption over justice, and cruelty over compassion? So why would God create man? This answer should suffice any self-doubt, should quash any poor self-esteem. God has faith in humans. Humans constantly betray this faith, but God is infinitely patient. More than we search for God, God searches for us. Like a parent waiting for the return of a child who ran away from home, God expects us to return. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks so eloquently states, the Torah is not a human book about God. It is a godly book about humans. It is a book about failure and how that is really a success. It is a book about falling down and getting back up. It is a book about humankind. Reminiscent of this phrase that we say first thing in the morning is Moda'ani lufanecha melachai v'kayam she'echazarta binishmasi b'chemla rabba emunasecha. I gratefully thank you, O living eternal King, for you have returned my soul within me with compassion. Abundant is your faithfulness. The very first thing that we assert every morning is God's faith in us. So yes, I don't necessarily believe in God, but I know that God believes in me.